It was late afternoon on March 22, 2025, in Bryan County, Georgia. Deputies clocked a white 2016 BMW M3 doing 72 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. It should have been a standard ticket. Instead, the 19-year-old driver made a fatal choice. He refused to stop.
Two vehicles, get you a speeding route. I need fire. Entrapment.
What's your 20? Look it up on our GPS.
The pursuit turned deadly fast. The BMW tore down Highway 144, weaving through heavy traffic and forcing innocent drivers off the road. With speeds hitting 120 miles per hour, the driver turned onto Harris Trail. But as he navigated the notorious S-curves near Grade Okeechee Road, the laws of physics took over. He lost traction and drifted into the oncoming lane. The result was catastrophic. The BMW slammed head-on into a Chevrolet Equinox driven by Miss Stevens. Deputy managed to pull Stevens from the wreckage just before the vehicles were engulfed in flames. She was rushed to Memorial Hospital and survived. But for the 19-year-old suspect, there was no escape. Case closed. On June 21st, a simple speeding violation in Turner County, Georgia, turned into a nightmare. Deputies spotted a Toyota Corolla speeding on I-75, but when they lit him up, the driver didn't pull over. Instead, he floored it. The 28-year-old driver was desperate. He led officers on a terrifying pursuit, weaving through traffic and even driving the wrong way against the flow of cars on the interstate. But the most chilling part, his own children and their mother were trapped in the back seat, screaming as he gambled with their lives.
They turn around going south on the northbound side, County. They got off on 78. Off on 78.
Off on 28.
Going back south.
South on right here.
County, we're stopping at 75 southbound.
People are getting shot.
County, he just took off on 75 southbound ramp.
25 miles on ramp.
Going back. There.
I'll get you going.
10-4 back to the file.
Going down.
Signal. 75, get back going back.
25 miles.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and bend lane.
Good luck.
Lock the lane, bring the 411.
County clear.
Get that going, Reggie. I've been sitting with only three. Gotta make sure we're doing cross drop on the left and the 80.
I got radio. Yeah, we can come down on the 82 Street, about 100 feet. Getting off on the 82. Yeah, it's a blue stop sign at 82. Back on that 82. Speed for 115. Back off of that 6, 8 feet. I got 3
After a dangerous game of cat and mouse, deputies finally boxed him in. Davis was immediately arrested. It turned out he wasn't just speeding, he was a fugitive from Ohio, wanted for aggravated armed robbery. Miraculously, the children were physically unharmed. Davis was sentenced to 8 years in a Georgia prison. But his story doesn't end there. In 2030, upon his release, he will be shipped straight back to Ohio to face his past. On the morning of August 28th, Michigan State Police spotted a stolen Chevy Cruze cruising through Detroit. They followed the car on Interstate 96, heading toward Livonia. Instead of engaging in a dangerous high-speed chase, they radio ahead to Livonia police, who were equipped with a special device designed to end pursuits before they got out of hand: the grappler. But the 27-year-old driver didn't give up. He slammed on the gas, trying to pull away from the police car that had him hooked up. Physics took over. The force was so violent that the entire rear axle of the Chevy was ripped completely off the vehicle. With its rear wheels gone, the car ground to a halt and immediately caught fire. First responders extinguished the flames quickly. Miraculously, no one was hurt. The driver and his 2 female passengers were pulled from the burning wreckage and arrested. It was a chaotic end, but the grappler did its job, stopping the car, even if it meant tearing it apart. Late night, on the night of August 30th, an Arkansas state trooper on Interstate 40 spotted something alarming. A silver Toyota was heading eastbound, dragging a trail of bright orange sparks behind it. As the trooper got closer, the problem was obvious. The car was missing a rear tire completely and was driving at highway speeds on the bare metal rim.
Mississippi, out of Mississippi. David George, 895. David George, 895.
10-11, please.
Go ahead, show me 1037.
Next clear, 11. Not directly 11.
TBI.
TBI, 1141.
Felony takedown. Get out the car!
Felony takedown.
Get out the car! Get out the car now! Get out the car! Put your hands up! Walk towards me! Walk towards me!
Officers swarmed the vehicle and pulled the driver at a gunpoint. It wasn't just a mechanical failure, it was a bad decision. The driver showed signs of severe intoxication, which explains why he thought he could outrun the police on a rim. He was arrested for DWI, reckless driving, and fleeing. Lucky that he didn't set his own car on fire before the cops stopped him. Just after midnight on July 19th, a stolen Ford Fiesta was tearing down US Highway 70 at over 100 miles per hour. Lenox County deputies were struggling to keep up with the reckless driver, so they called the Arkansas State Police to finish the job. In a confusing move, the suspect actually ran directly toward the trooper's vehicle. The trooper exited his car and immediately deployed his taser, dropping the suspect to the ground instantly. He was arrested on the spot and handed back to county deputies. He turned a stolen car joyride into a high-speed felony charge and a faceplant in the dirt. On the night of August 29th, an Arkansas state trooper was working a sobriety checkpoint when a white Chevy Tahoe pulled up. The driver had no seatbelt and claimed he couldn't find his ID. The trooper asked for his driver's phone, and the man handed it over. But it was a trick. As soon as the trooper pointed him to the shoulder, the driver floored it, leaving his phone behind and taking off down the highway.
get it before we get the car, we good.
10-4, he slammed his brakes on.
Let me get up beside you on the straight stretch and I can kind of box you in.
10-4, you might be able to pull ahead of me. Pull up on him a little quicker than me. When we get up here, if I can't get up beside him, just pass me and get up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, is that fence down?
Knowing he couldn't let a reckless driver reach the crowds, the trooper forced a collision, steering hard into the Tahoe and sending it flying off the road and into a pasture. When officers approached the crashed SUV, the driver was gone from the seat. They found him lying on his back in the dirt, trying to hide underneath his own truck. It turned out he had a lot to hide from. He was a registered sex offender with active warrants for violating a domestic protection order and parole revocation. He went to jail facing a mountain of new felonies. On September 4th, an Arkansas state trooper spotted a black Lincoln MKZ speeding on Interstate 55. When the trooper tried to catch up, the Lincoln accelerated, hitting 102 miles per hour. The driver didn't just run, he exited the highway and kept his foot on the gas, tearing down city streets at over 100 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone, completely disregarding the safety of everyone around him.
She's going head on into traffic. She's trying to cut through the parking lot. Of course, it's a Lincoln. She's trying to get off the walker. I think she may be trying to get to the apartments. All right, they're wrecked out. Here on the Show me your hands! Show me your hands! I will shoot you! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! I will you! You better put your hands up! Put them up! Both hands!
When officers finally pulled him out, they were met with a cloud of white dust floating in the air. The driver had poured cocaine all over the floorboard to hide it. One officer was exposed to the airborne powder and had to be checked by EMS. The driver admitted it was cocaine, but he was charged with exposing another person to fentanyl, just in case, along with felony fleeing and tampering with evidence. On the night of February 23rd, an Arkansas state trooper clocked a gray Chevrolet Corvette doing 92 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone on Interstate 630. When the trooper tried to stop it, the driver didn't just speed up, he started weaving recklessly through traffic at over 90 miles per hour.
Passing Cedar, look like it took Cedar. Get out my way. Get out the way.
The Corvette exited into the city, blowing red lights and hitting 80 on surface streets, forcing the trooper to terminate the pursuit for safety after losing sight of the car.
I'm behind that vehicle, going down 12, west on 12. Correction, east on 12. Car clear. Car clear.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't die, bro. No, I have no excuse for anything I did. I just wanted to get home and just end this nightmare. But I should have stopped. Yeah, I should have stopped. Should have stopped the first time, the second time, the third time. Well, we're not Little Rock PD, man. We'll keep taking at you, obviously. I know that.
The driver was pulled from the wreckage and taken to the hospital before going to jail. His Corvette was tricked out with a legal window tint and a tinted license plate cover to hide his identity. He admitted he lived in the state but not had bothered to update his license or registration. He is now facing felony fleeing charges for putting everyone on the road in substantial danger. On the morning of August 29th, traffic on Interstate 40 came to a complete standstill near Lenoke, Arkansas. Police had stopped the highway to intercept a dangerous wrong-way driver further up the road. Sitting in the backup were several semi-trucks and passenger cars, waiting for the all-clear. Approaching this stopped traffic was a 63-year-old semi-retired truck driver hauling a heavy load of timber in a Kenworth. He didn't see the blockade in time.
What is this shit to cars?
Put your sign on.
Unable to stop his massive rig, the driver tried to squeeze through. It turned into a devastating chain reaction. He sideswiped a stopped Freightliner, then a Jeep Grand Cherokee, then another Kenworth, and finally a third semi-truck. The impacts were violent, but the final blow came from his own cargo. The sudden deceleration caused a load of logs to break loose from the trailer, shifting forward and crushing the cab of his truck instantly. The driver was killed on impact, a tragic victim of timing. He was a grandfather and a semi-retired veteran of the road who had just returned to work. The 5 other vehicles involved were damaged, but those drivers survived. It was a heartbreaking accident caused by the ripple effect of a police emergency happening miles away. On August 25th, an Arkansas state trooper was patrolling a high-risk area in Fort Smith, originally looking for a suspect involved in a drive-by shooting. While scanning for the shooter, he spotted a motorcycle acting suspiciously. He ran the tag and immediately came back as fictitious and expired. The trooper didn't know it yet, but the rider had a very specific reason to hide. It wasn't just about the expired tags.
I'm 1037 with a motorcycle, about 28. We are eastbound on Phoenix.
You're 10-4 across.
Come secondary.
10-4. It's 29 across.
Passing 30 seconds.
Passing 30 seconds.
He just threw a bag out.
10-4. 10-20.
Good eastbound on Phoenix passing Greenwood.
10-4 eastbound on Phoenix.
About the pavilion.
The rider was arrested on the spot. It turned out he wasn't the drive-by shooter, but he was riding a ghost bike. Police discovered the VIN number had been deliberately altered to hide the motorcycle's identity. On top of that, he had no insurance, no motorcycle's license, and was driving on a suspended license. He went to jail facing multiple felonies, including the serious charge of altering a VIN. On a patrol in Greenville County, South Carolina, a deputy was hunting for a suspect involved in a recent murder. He spotted a red Jeep Renegade that matched the description perfectly.
Shut it off! Shut the car off!
The driver eventually pulled over, but he refused to put the car in park. In a tense standoff, he threw a metal object out the passenger window before hitting the gas again. That object turned out to be the firearm used in the murder.
Very good.
The driver, matching the exact description of the killer right down to his shirt, bailed out on foot. Knowing he was likely still armed and dangerous, deputies didn't hesitate. They deployed a taser to drop him instantly. He was arrested and charged with murder, though he later took a plea deal for voluntary manslaughter. He was sentenced to 28 years in prison with no chance of parole until 2045. He will be nearly 60 years old when he tastes freedom again. On a patrol near a county line, an officer spotted a vehicle with a tag that had been expired for months.
Papa 0476. It's on a Burgundy Honda.
It looked like a routine traffic stop, but when the blue lights came on, the 61-year-old driver made a shocking decision. Instead of pulling over, he floored it, turning a simple ticket into a life-threatening situation.
Clear, that vehicle's taking off on me. In pursuit. County Line Road. East, westbound. Speeds are 82. Alright, vehicle 41 right here.
The driver hit 116 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, rocketing northbound into the next county. Because he was driving on completely bald tires, he couldn't hold the road. He lost control, swerved around a car, and slammed violently into a tree. Miraculously, he survived the crash and was taken into custody without a fight. It turns out he ran because his license was suspended for failing to appear in court. Now, instead of a court date, he's facing felony fleeing charges, reckless conduct, and even a specific charge for the bald tires that caused him to wreck. He risked everything at 116 miles per hour just to avoid a suspended license ticket.
Straight to the Honda big FedEx truck. We're approaching Mulkey. We're stopping traffic.
312 to 02. Hey, I'm on this left turn lane. If we can take it.
On November 3rd, Cobb County officers spotted a Hyundai Sonata that had been reported stolen just a day earlier. Behind the wheel was an 18-year-old using a trick straight from social media. The car had a broken steering column and was being driven with a USB cord, the signature move of the viral car theft trend. When deputies tried to stop him, the teen decided to run.
Left turn to the Atlantic Sushi. Go ahead, hold the station for me.
Clear 10-3.
312, we're going through the parking lot, going towards the back.
Clear the front. Clear the front.
312, we got a flat right tire. We're going to be on Brookwood, going to east-west.
313, 41-4, 41-4. Okay, you want to position the table?
317, 41-4, 41-4.
Okay, 41-4.
Definitely.
Hey, get on the ground! Come, please stop! We're going to Chipotle? Right now, white t-shirt. There's that.
White male, white shirt, green hand.
Stop him! Stop him!
The driver was reckless, striking curbs hard enough to even flatten a tire, but he kept pushing the stolen car until he lost control completely. He crashed into a power pole and trees off Brookwood Drive. He bailed out and sprinted across the busy east-west connector, ignoring commands to stop, until an off-duty officer helped intercept and tackle him. Inside the wrecked car, police confirmed the ignition had been bypassed with a USB cable. The teen was charged with felony fleeing and theft by receiving. He took a plea deal in 2024. 1 year in prison, 4 years of probation, and a requirement to pay $5,500 in restitution to the insurance company and the victim. He was released on parole in April 2025 after just serving under 9 months. Thanks again for watching.